place has a bunch of VHS that I don't think I have time to look at right now. But we've also got a bunch of DVDs, which I'm going to take the time to look at, and they are 2 a pop. So let's start up here. Iron Maze. Hollow Stone. Directed by Hiroaki Yoshida. What? I'll have to look into that. Captain Ron. China English. I just watched this a few nights ago. Not funny. Not good. It's not a good one. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Countess from Hong Kong. A couple weird ones. There's some Brando and Lauren. Interesting. Jerome Epstein. Maybe. There was $1, definitely. $2, maybe. Monkey Bone. I'm surprised this doesn't have a Blu-ray yet. I really like this movie. It's fun. Henry Selick. Doing a more adult-themed sort of movie. Henry Selick you'd know from Nightmare Before Christmas, Coraline, Animation, James and the Giant Peach, Simon Birch. I am love seeing other people. I am love. A lot of weird stuff here. Mighty Ducks 2 and 3. I do have those. Well, I have 2 on blue. Lemon. There we go. Some McQueen. Maybe. Public of Doyle. Faulty Towers. Now we're talking. It's hard to find. And I don't own it, and I like this show quite a bit. My uncle actually put me onto this show. Very good stuff. John Cleese. Boy Up. Buddy Holly story. The War Within. Back to the Future. Godzilla. Three's Company 2. Chestnut. Here. Oh, I thought this was something else. I thought that was like an obscure Bluth movie. That troll from Central Park or something. I misread that. The Rachel Papers. Yeah, not much popping off here. They do have some movies here. Let's do a quick look. Welcome back, Connor. Complete first season. Falcon and Snowman. Still haven't seen that one. No thanks. 1900. That's cool. I do have it on Blu-ray. You don't see that often. Sweet Dreams. That has the look of something that's out of print. I'll look that one up. Alright. Here at the Restore. Habitat for Humanity. It's very dark on the screen. That's okay. Let's see what they have. Alright. So let's see what we've got here. Whoa. Wow. Sorry, freaking out a little bit. This is a boxed copy of Super Demon. There's a manual in there. Either way, I mean, the box is beat up, but this is a very nostalgic game from my childhood, and that is incredible. I can't tell you the last time I found a Super Nintendo game in the box at a pawn shop or thrift shop. That's amazing. Wow. And that's not just it. Monopoly on the Master System, which is a game I don't have for the Master System. And this feels complete. Missing the manual, but game's in there. I'm going to ask them if they have any more of this kind of stuff in the back. Holy crap. That is incredible. And this, too. You know, I'm going to pick this up, too. It's a PC game. Myst Revelations. I think that's Myst 4, yeah? Oh, man, I'm all excited. I'm trying to contain my excitement, actually, because you don't see that shit. You just don't see it, you know? Came in at just the right time. Dress code. Dress code. Huh. Not heard of that one. I'll have to look that one up. Wow. Alright, so I have to do some diligence here. Just be diligent and look at everything. Wow. Okay. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I'm just double checking here throughout the store, you know, looking like Rosemary's Baby color scheme. Just looking in the kids area, make sure. I looked at the VHS over there. Didn't see any other boxed NES or Super Nintendo games, or Master System for that matter. Oh, there's gotta be more around here somewhere, unless somebody came in and bought the rest of them. But it's just weird that these were kept here. I mean, they're common games, that, you know, so maybe that is the reason. So maybe I actually wasn't early, I came a little bit too late. You know, that happens, but... Alright, well, I'm gonna go ask the guy at the counter if he's seen any more of these. Let's see what we got. Alright, so I came back to take one last look here, because he said he hadn't seen any others, and it was also buy one, get one free, so he's like, go grab something else. And, of course, I spy with my little eye. Oh, yeah. So cool. Some old strategy guides. Spyro, the one I'm really interested in, Donkey Kong 64. I'm gonna buy both though, because it's buy one get one free, so yeah, buddy. So yeah, I found some cool shit at the Restore, which is, I usually do find something. Really excited to find retro games out in the wild. Sega Master System and Super Nintendo, that is awesome, especially in the box. So, on to the next. All right, after the Restore, I'm feeling lucky, so I'm hitting the Goodwill on my way home. Home from work, I should say, and see if they have anything. Maybe the guy who had that lone Super Nintendo and Master System game dropped the rest off at Goodwill. Yeah, wishful thinking. Wow, so there are a couple retro games right there. Weird. I mean, nothing I'm interested in, but I'm sure there were more than just those two. Let's see if there's anything in the back. Yeah, so I just think I'm a little bit too late for the most part here. This is interesting, actually. Yeah, Ren and Stimpy. You know what? This is cool. I wouldn't mind playing this if it's a fun arcadey baseball game with the old characters I love. So, well, some of the older ones. There's Stimpy, obviously. SpongeBob. There's him. Cool. I'll check that out. Yeah, a couple sports games. A lot of games today, though, which is interesting. Let's see. Pull back a little bit here. Nothing now. Oh, nice. Blade trilogy. It's pretty cool. I've never seen this box set, actually. But, you know I got those on blue. Trading card game, weird. King Thriller collection, that's cool. Ugh. Dreamcatcher along with Shawshank and The Shining. Jesus. Doesn't quite... One of these things is not like the other. So that's gonna do it for this extra short thrifting video. As you guys know, the world is on fire right now due to the pandemic, and so I am practicing social distancing, and I'm not going anywhere that I don't have to go. And unfortunately, thrift shops and pawn shops are places that I don't have to go. It's close, but don't need movies. So I hope you guys enjoyed this very short thrifting video. Once things get back to normal, eventually, these will be back in effect. But let me show you what I got. All 6 items, 2 of which I got off camera because one of the workers at one of the shops started conversing with me. So let me show you what I got. All right, so the first thing that I'm going to show you guys is Fawlty Towers. This is the complete collection. This is a show my uncle put me onto, actually, of all people. I'm not a big fan of British humor, but Monty Python and those guys always give me a chuckle. So figured I'd pick up Fawlty Towers. I think it's missing a slipcover or something, but this will do. Discs are in great shape. Got it for $1, so pretty awesome. The next 2 here I actually couldn't get on camera, but this was Sliders, the 4th season. So now I have 1 and 2, the 3rd season, and the 4th season. I'm a fan of this show, but I do recognize that it goes really downhill in around the 3rd season. 4th season's really rough. But, you know, it's a fun show. It's kind of like Quantum Leap. They go to a different time and scenario every single episode, so it's pretty cool. but I do love me some sliders. Next up, again, same shop, Problem Child Tantrum Pack. Now, I do have Problem Child 1 on Blu-ray over in my Blu-ray collection, but this has Problem Child 2. Two films that I grew up with that I have a lot of fond memories for, despite them not holding up too well in 2020. You know, these are films from the 90s that really kind of died in the 90s, I think, because they just wouldn't be able to work today. They're irreverent, they're offensive, they're disgusting, they're gross, they're awesome, and super 90s. Problem Child Tantrum Pack. I think there's a third one, actually, with a little girl, if I'm not mistaken. Last three here, all from the Restore, as you guys saw. I'm really surprised to come across this stuff, honestly. Myst 4 Revelation. Got this for, I don't know, $1 or something like that. I think I got all these for about $1, maybe even less. But I do like the original Myst. I've not played the sequels. I've seen my cousins play Riven. Haven't played Myst 2, 3, or this one 4, but it looks nice and ethereal and otherworldly and creepy, so looking forward to checking this one out at some point. Next up, Monopoly. How often is it that you find a Sega Master System game in the wild? This is so cool to come across in the wild. I know, it's Monopoly, but I'll tell you what, my brother and I will definitely play this one and give it a whirl and see if it's any fun, or see if we want to shoot ourselves by the end because it's so slowly paced, like the Nintendo one. Anyway, Monopoly, Sega Master System. Had to find this. It is missing the manual. Oh, jeez, look at me. I am ruining everything. Okay, everything's fine. Monopoly, spelt kind of funny. Monopoly, isn't that funny? But, yeah, so no manual, but still pretty awesome to find a Sega Master System game in the wild. Alright, we got this Donkey Kong 64 official Nintendo Player's Guide. So cool to come across this, again, like $1. It is beat up, but, you know, I don't care. It's well loved, meaning it was well used. It's, I don't think it has any writing in it, but it's beautiful full color strategy guide like they used to do back in the old days. Is this a poster? Ooh, what do we got? Oh, nice. Little map, fold out map. Very cool. So yeah, so I hadn't even really looked at this, as you could tell, and I don't know if I could do this with one hand. I did it. Anyway, Donkey Kong 64 strategy guide. Pretty beat up, but awesome to find in the wild. And the Spyro one I actually ended up selling because it's a game I don't really have a nostalgic attachment to. So, but I am keeping this one, Donkey Kong 64. Really cool stuff. Love this game. And last but certainly not least, this is Super Bowling. Now, yes, the box is destroyed. It doesn't even hold together right. It's falling apart. But this was so cool for me to find. Super Bowling is a game I played with my mom back in the 90s, and I used to... I found out a way to basically win every time, and she just thought it wasn't fun to play with me anymore, which is like the story of my childhood playing games. Honestly, I was a spoiled little brat when it came to winning in games. But yeah, so destroyed box, but it was so cool to run across this in the wild. The cart's in really great shape. The manual's in great shape. It's got this weird, I think this is putty, actually, like silly putty. I tried to get it off because you could see somebody did like the newspaper trick on it. It's really bizarre. I thought it was gum at first. I was like, ugh. But it's actually putty, I'm almost positive, since I tasted it. Super Bowling, so cool to find this in the wild. I now have a complete version of it. One day I'll upgrade and get a really nice copy, you know, in box and everything, but very nostalgic game from my childhood. So cool to find this. Alright, well thank you guys for checking out this really short thrifting video. I'm sorry it was so short, but at least I found a few cool things to show you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel and want to see more videos like this, feel free to hit the subscribe button, as well as the little bell for notifications. Anyway, guys, I will see you all next time. Bored Cyborg, out. Stay safe, motherfucker.